Hello, Easy Light. I had a very interesting conversation with somebody recently. Now, he's a member from my church, the church I grew up in Warri. So I basically was telling me that he needed to start making money. He's a very young person. And then I told him, okay, has he learned any skill recently? He said yes, that he learned barbing and everything. So I now asked him, how do you make money from barbing? Say, for example, you should set a goal in mind. And he said, okay, let's say, I asked him if you want to make 100K in a month, um that's the goal. For example, how do you go about it? And he was, so the thing is, when you want to make money, you have to think in terms of people, not the money itself. So some of you will think of how you want to make a millionaire and everything like that. So the first question you should ask yourself is, if you're arranging a service or you're selling a product, you calculate your profit margin in the product and also in the service you're arranging, and then ask yourself, how many persons do I need to sell to? How many persons do I need to render this service to be able to accomplish this? If, for example, I want to make a 1 million naira a month, selling a product where I make 1,000 naira from as the profit margin from the product, after I remove the cost of getting the product, then my profit is 1,000 naira. You get? So what does that mean? It means I need to sell to 1,000 people. But if I am selling a product that is 2,000 naira and I want to make a 1 million naira a month, it means I need to sell to 500 people. So if I'm selling a product of um, 5,000 naira, then I get 5,000 naira as the profit margin. It means I need to sell to 200 persons. So that's what we do. That's how you make money. That's how the first mindset you have. And then the next thing you ask yourself is, how do I get across to this number of persons that is needed for me to accomplish these goals? How do I get across to them? So for him now, he said he wanted to make 1,000 naira. I asked him, what's the cost of barbing hair if you want to do an home service? And he told me that, let's say around 2,000 naira for home service. If you want to do home service, I said, okay, that's beautiful. So if you want to make 100,000 naira, how many persons do you need to collect 2,000 naira from to be able to get 100,000 naira? So let's do the math. Do the math with me. My head is not so fast. Now, 100,000 divided by 2,000. That will be how many? That will be 50 persons. So he basically needs to get across to 50 persons. So I asked him, okay, what kind of people, what kind of method does he have? He gets, where do you know people from? So he said church, school, his father's friends, and everything. I said, okay, begin to approach each and every one of these persons and ask them and tell them, offer them, tell them why they need the home service and everything. So the idea here is not to discuss the strategy of how he's going to convince them and everything, but then concept is understanding that people equal to money. So if you're looking for money, what you should be thinking of is people. Think in terms of the number of people you need to reach out to for your services or your product. Okay, so if you have a financial goal that you are trying to hit, 100,000, 200,000, a million, 2 million a month, don't think in terms of the amount. Think in terms of the number of persons and the amount you are selling your product, and do the multiplication. And then find strategies to reach out to these persons. And obviously, you have to learn marketing. So just ensure you're an easy light. It means you're in our community. Ensure you stick to our community and follow all our tips for business growth and marketing and sales to be able to grow your business significantly.